Okay, so now I'm going to go through some examples where we have to graph a function. Okay, so let's go full screen, see if I can pull this up. Okay, that's good. Okay, so let's say we have this graph here. And usually the markings will be between like -3 and 3. Okay, and then we're asked to graph this function f of x is equal to x squared plus 3x plus 2, where x is between -3 and 3. So it'll typically look like this. Okay, and x is an element of the reals as well, which means like x can be 2.5, x can be 3. It's not too concerning anyway. It's just x can be any number between -3 and 3. Okay, so how would we go about getting points for this function? Okay, so what we need to do, actually, I think I'm going to remove the graph just for space, and then we'll draw it in afterwards. So I'll remove the graph now. Okay, so how do we get points for this function? Well, we know we go between -3 and 3, remember? So what I would do is I would start working from left to right and start getting each of the points to -3, -2, -1, then to 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. So what I would do is I would do out this table where we have the input, which is x. We have our workings. And then we have our output, f of the input, f of x, or in the graphing sense, this is just y also. So if we were to input in, let's say -3, so we'll start on the far left. Then so if we input in -3 into this function here, to get the output, we're gonna have to, square it. And then do this, and then add 2. That's going to be 9 plus 9. So -3 times -3 is 9, but then 3 times -3 is -9. So it's going to be 9 minus 9, which is 0, plus 2, which is 2. Okay. Then -2 is going to be -2 squared. Plus 3 times -2 plus 2, and that's going to be, so -2 squared is 4, 3 times -2 is 6, so that's 4 minus 6, which is -2, and then -2 plus 2 is 0. Okay. So if we input in -2 into this function, we get out 0. Okay, let's try -1. So if we input in -1, repeat the same steps. So -1 squared is 1. 3 times -1 is -3. So that's 1 minus 3 is -2, plus 2 is 0. Okay, so now we have 3 points, okay? So just to start off with, we have 3 points. And these 3 points are going to be -3 is our x, okay? And 2 is our y, okay? So we write points in the form xy, don't we? So x, y. So that's a point. Then we have for input -2, we have output 0, that's another point. And then we have input -1, output 0, that's another point. Okay, so we have 3 points there straight away. I'm going to rub this out. Okay, and actually I might as well keep our workings, So just remove the inputs, so I'm just removing -2. remove minus 2 here. Cool. Okay. So now we're going to just keep going. So we finished up on minus 1. So now we're going to go to 0. That's our next point. So 0 squared. Oh, I'll actually get rid of the outputs as well. So get rid of them. Okay. So 0 squared plus 3 times 0. And then input 1 would be 1 squared plus 3 times 1. And then 2 would be 2 squared plus 3 times 2 plus 2. So this is 0 squared is 0 plus 3 times 0 is 0 plus 2 is 2. 1 squared plus 3 times 1, so that's 1 plus 4 plus 2 is 6. And then 2 squared is 4, 3 times 2 is 6, so that's 10 plus 2 is 12. Okay, and then again we have those 3 points there. So we're tight on space. Okay, I'll just write them here. So that is, I'll get the red pen. Okay, so that's 0 and 2. Then we have 1 and 6. And then we have 2 and 12. Okay, and we'll just finish up now with, we'll try and find what, if we input in 3, just the last number to fit in. So I'll just do it here. So, just going to finish off the last point. So now if we input in 3, this is probably going to be a big number, but what harm? 3 squared is 9, plus 3 times 3 is also 9, so 9 plus 9 is 18, plus 2 is 20. Okay, so our last point then is going to be, what is it? It's 320. 3 is our input, and 20 as the output of the function. 320. Cool. Okay, so now it comes to the time when we have to plot our points then on the graph. So we'll start from left to right as we start on the right hand side here. So we'll go to our first point that we got, minus 3 and 2. So we go to the x first of all, which is minus 3. Okay, I don't have markings, I might just go like, let's see, maybe like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Okay, and then this would be the same, then minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 8, minus 10. I don't need to write them in because we don't actually have any minus y's in this case. Okay, so minus 3, 2. So like if you want, what I recommend if you're watching this at home, draw out your own graph similar to mine with all the points as well, and then try and graph them yourself and see if you get a similar curve to me. Okay, because half of this is being able to graph it, plotting the points in the right place. Okay, okay, so minus 3, 2. So minus 3 is the x, so that's x is left to right, so it's going to be minus 3 and then up 2. So our first point is going to be there. Okay, next point is minus 2, 0. That's minus 2 across and 0 up, so it's just literally going to be there. Okay, then the next one is minus 1, 0. So we start at the origin, go across to minus 1, and we go up 0. Okay, next point is 0, 2. So we don't actually go across any amount, we just, and then up 2. And then 1 across, 6 up. Okay, the video ends at 10 minutes, so I'm just going to quickly go through it. 2, 12, and then like 320 up here, and your graph will look something like this.